You are going to read the last note in your notes app.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. What if it's like password to bank? Wait, you guys, I can't read this one because it's the premise for my next book.
No!
I literally can't read it.
That'd be so
Can
exciting.
you pass the phone around? Yeah, no, okay, hold on.
Welcome back to House of Maher, a Wave original. Help yourself to whatever is in the fridge. The Wi-Fi password is Poppy, all caps. You should know that we have a few house rules.
Girls are magic.
Reading is hot.
And so are you. Make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube so you can look at how amazing we are. We've already been complimented on our shoes, but don't look at our feet.
Freaks.
That's disgusting.
I see you looking. Stop.
Yeah.
Blurred, actually.
That costs money.
You get it.
Content for free.
You
get it.
Seriously. Our fourth Maher sister today is the queen of modern romance novels. She's a #1 New York Times bestselling author who has sold over 10.5 million books worldwide. Her novels have won the Goodreads Choice Award for Best Romance an unprecedented 5 years in a row, and Hollywood is in a full-blown obsession with her work, with 5 of her books currently being adapted for the screen. People We Meet on Vacation is out now on Netflix. She writes characters that feel like your best friends and love stories that feel like coming home. Welcome to the family literary superstar, Emily Henry. I can't believe I had such bad times reading that with an author here.
Yeah,
that was bad.
a lot
I
of
hate
pressure.
reading aloud. It's so stressful. It's a nightmare.
It's the worst.
And then especially when you're reading from like a screen or a teleprompter, it's, I don't know, I get a full body sweat.
Chills.
You did great.
I just saw a tweet recently that was like, any man you're thinking about bringing into your life, make him read out loud first to you and see how that goes. And I was like, I'm going to implement that on my next date.
You're like, does he do the voices of the characters?
Does he do the voices? Can he read?
Can he read, first of all? Prove it.
First and foremost.
I'm not going to go on assumptions here. You can't live like that.
No, you can't. I'd rather know early. Rip off that Band-Aid. At the time of, as we're recording this right now, we had the premiere, or John and I attended your premiere last night for People We Meet on Vacation. How was that for you?
That was so wild and crazy. I feel like it didn't really hit me at all until today. So it's like all day little moments are coming back to me. I got to introduce my parents to Molly Shannon. Highlight of the night, nicest woman in the world. And I mean, yeah, it was so wild. And meeting you guys, I was like, I saw you and I was like, you know that thing? I feel like every time I'm in LA, I spend the whole time being like, do I know that person or is that person famous?
Yes. Is that my friend or is that person famous?
And you're like, sometimes you're waving at them and you're like, oh, no, that's no.
They're like,
yeah, they're like, that's
"Hi."
Robert Pattinson.
I do that all the time.
I was in high school
with him.
why is he here? Yeah.
That's my high school friend. Yeah.
That's my high school, my close personal
way,
friend.
way back.
Personal. No, I'm so glad we said hi to you because it was your night. Like we saw you. I was like, you were in the green, right? No, sorry, you were in the orange. You're in green today. You were in the orange yesterday of the original cover, right? Is that why you picked it?
Thank you. Thank you.
I loved it.
There were 2 reasons I picked that dress. One was the color. The other was the cutout on the side. So in the movie, Emily Bader as Poppy has this swimsuit that has that like a very similar flower-shaped cutout on the side. So I saw that dress and was like, this has to be the one.
Has to be
and
it.
frankly, when I tried it on for like the fitting, it did not look good on me. And there were other dresses that did look good on me. And they were like, well, tailoring will help. And I was like, I still have to go with this. The tailoring did wonders. Carlos was a mastermind.
Your legs looked a mile long.
Thank
Sorry
you.
to have been like looking at your legs, but like you
I
looked
would have
amazing.
been offended. You don't wear a dress that short.
No, exactly.
And not be like, look at my legs and
They
tell
were
me I have
part of
long
the
legs.
outfit,
Yeah,
for
they were. They
sure.
were my favorite accessory.
Can someone pull this up for me? Now I want to see Emily's
I was
legs.
like, we got to see the legs.
Alona couldn't be at the
Alona
premiere.
can't see Emily's legs.
In the video footage, are you just going to put a picture of my legs? Like, but cut off the feet.
Blur out your
remember.
face.
Cut off the
No
feet.
feet, cut off the
No
face, no
free
feet.
feet.
Yeah.
She says so.
Yeah.
Well, also one of our questions is, everyone calls you M Hen. Do you like that nickname?
You know what? I actually do because my sister-in-law has always called me M Hen.
Oh, get out.
Isn't that crazy?
That just came to her?
Yeah. So when the readers started doing it, I was like, this is like, it makes me feel like they actually know me. And also like, I am a millennial named Emily. So I spent my entire life being Emily Henry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
to differentiate
because
you.
there were 7 of them in every classroom.
Henry.
You could not like sneeze without like getting 6 other Emily's sick with whatever you were saying. So I was always Emily Henry. I was never really Emily H. There were a few dark years in middle school where I was just Henry.
No.
Yes, just
but kinda
Henry.
cool.
It is cool. Now I'm like, that's cute and cool. But at the time I was like, I'm a woman.
Yeah.
I'm 12 years old. I'm a girl. And
Yeah.
and my best friend at the time was a soccer player. And so her last name was Berger. So she's like, I already go by Berger because I'm like a soccer player. And also I'm sure there were 12 Emilys on her team. Clearly I don't know how many people are on a soccer team. I'm sorry. I know you all know about sports. But so she was like, she started calling me Henry. And I was okay with it when she did it, but when boys did it, I was like, okay, so
You're like in the
I
corner.
will
like,
never have a boyfriend.
I am
too far.
woman,
Yeah, I will never have a
hear me
boyfriend.
roar.
Yeah.
In the corner.
Yes.
There she is, low.
Gorgeous.
They're like, can we zoom in on the
Can we get it on the legs,
Getty
please?
images out of there.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
the shoes.
Ooh, shoes
Yeah.
are gold. What do we have there?
They're
Silver?
silver.
Oh,
Yes.
it's reflecting.
Gold. So I didn't get to be there. How was it? They loved the movie.
Good.
We
I
were
mean, you said
giggling.
you said you did, but you
giggling.
never know if you're lying. You were gonna tell me on camera that you're like, it's bad.
We are back. Now
I
that we
love
have
it.
you here. No.
Yeah, now that we have you here, we have some notes. Is it too late?
Can we unlock this edit? Let's get back in there.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there. I'm ready. I'm ready to do some work. No, it was really magical. Like I felt like I was at my wedding. Like I did not sit down. I did not eat. I did not drink. At the end of the night, I saw a tray of sliders going past and I was like, I should eat this. So I was just eating a slider on my way out the door. My feet, which we'll get to, were not in good shape. So I had like put on these thick Books Are Magic, shout out to Books Are Magic, the bookstore, socks with like these little ballet flats. That it was a real look. And I was just shuffling down wearing a cowboy hat because they were giving out. Did you get to the cowboy hat and wig station?
Oh, we passed by it.
You
but we were
passed
on
it.
our way
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, you're like, what's that?
What's happening now? No, that was a brilliant touch.
Yeah, my
That was
mom
really great.
just like left the room briefly and came back with a blue wig and a cowboy hat and like Mardi Gras beads. And I was like, where have you been,
What
Missy?
happened? She's like, it's LA.
When can I go?
Yeah, and she's like, she missed her flight. She lives here now. No,
Right.
Yeah. it
Did
was
you
a
stay
wild
out
time.
partying?
No, I mean, here's what happened. I'll be real.
Tell us.
So there was like the after party where I met you guys. And then our wonderful director, Brett, was like, he's such a social butterfly. He's like, I'm putting together the after party. And I was
Right.
like, okay, cool. At the time, 2 days ago, that Emily was like, that sounds amazing. So he put together the after party. And my whole publishing team was here, all these like New York book people. And so we were all like, okay, yeah, we'll go. We'll see. Hopefully it's quieter there. Like this is like a bit.
Hopefully the after
Yeah,
is
we'll be
very
quieter.
quiet.
Which are famously quieter parties.
It's wine and
yeah.
cheese, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And we got there and I was like, this is a bar with a bowling alley in it.
Oh,
And
did you go to Highland Park?
No, we went to the Roosevelt Hotel, has a
Okay,
bar
cool.
called Spare Room, which was super cute. And Brett, the director, is also a huge music guy. So he's like, I made the playlist. And so the playlist is cranking. It was technically a beautiful party, but the publishing people and I all went straight to this back room that was like as far away from everything else as possible.
Right.
And even once we got to that back room, we're like, what are we doing? We have to go to bed. And so then I went to try to make my rounds to say goodbye. And I told the DP, Rob, who was incredible, did great work. He's the photography director. I was like, yeah, we have to leave. We have to leave. This is not, I can't be here. I can't be here anymore. And I was like, yeah, all my publishing friends are like back there. And he's like, what's back there? And I was like, it's a room.
It's quieter.
It's a room.
It's
literally simply a dark room far away from the bowling alley. Yeah.
loud.
But it was cool. I just was like, who am I kidding here?
Right,
I need my solid 12 hours.
Solid 12.
Now, have you ever Irish exited? Would you ever do that?
Oh, yes. You have to Irish exit in the Midwest because if you don't, you do the Midwestern goodbye.
Okay.
Which is 3.5 hours long, and you have to hug everyone 12 times because you hug them and then they start telling you a new story. And then there's another 45 minutes of conversation, then you have to hug them again. So the Midwestern goodbye is like you have to Irish exit.
Really?
If there's more than 4 people, you're like, we'll text them later and be like, it was a great seeing you.
Right.
Yeah. Do you guys do the Irish exit?
I just tried it for the first time and I didn't really do it the right way. I was at a holiday party and just like the drinks caught up to me really fast.
Yeah, so they were like, we think she's dead.
No, like, I was sitting there and I looked at my friend and the world started tilting and I was like, I gotta go. So I just like stood up. We're in like the basement of a bar. I just look at them and I was like, I'm Irish exiting. I just go.
I love that you still announced
Yeah,
it.
I
You're like,
announced
just
it,
to
but
be
that was it.
clear, this is what this is. I'm
no
not going to the
hugs.
hospital.
My
I'm not.
last
Yeah.
sentence.
Wait, can I tell it? Can I tell a like kind of sassy story about someone else? I won't
course
name
you
them.
can. Of
I mean,
course
it's
you
not.
can.
It's just
You can
one of
feel
my
free to name
favorite
them.
stories from college.
Oh, I love it.
One of my
Please.
closest friends in college. I will not name names. But so we were at this party. And when all of us were like, I don't know, we were like pretty like innocent in a way.
Yeah.
So like we couldn't handle a ton. And she like smoked weed for one of the first times with some friends.
Right.
And And I like went to the bathroom briefly. It was like not a huge party. It was a small party, like 15 people, maybe 10 to 15. And I come out and I'm like, I'm not going to say, I'm changing her name to Lola. Let's go with Lola.
Perfect.
I come out of the bathroom and I'm like, where's Lola? And everyone else is like, they're partying. They're like, oh, I don't know. I think maybe she's outside with the people who are smoking or whatever. And I go outside and she's not there. And I'm walking around this house. It's not that big of a house. And again, there's like 10 to 15 people and I'm asking everyone and they're all like, oh, I don't know. Like, and then finally they're like, somebody's like, I think she left. And I'm like, she left? That's weird. Like that she would leave by herself, like late at night, whatever. And then just keep walking around the house. This is Michigan, dead of winter. So there's like 3 feet of snow outside.
Right.
I'm walking around and I'm like, oh, well, here's her scarf. So she forgot her scarf.
Oh God.
Then I keep walking. I'm like, this is her coat. I keep going. I'm like, these are her shoes.
Not the breadcrumbs. Oh my God.
She is gone. And then somebody says, oh, I think she was talking about going to try to find a frat party. And there's like this one street where all the frats were. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay, nobody thought to tell me like I have to go try and find my friend by just going door to door to these frats. And so I'm going I'm like, first I'll just stop by home just in case. Like what? Yeah. So I get home. She's asleep in we have bunk beds because it's college. She's asleep in her bunk bed. I'm like, this is crazy. And so then the next day, I'm like, what happened to you, Lola? Like, I was really looking for you and I found all of your stuff. And she was like, what happened is I took one puff of a joint and then you went into the bathroom and she said, I fell into the crack between the wall and the fridge. And I was there. She said, I felt like I was there for hours. I heard you come out looking for me. I couldn't move. I was so embarrassed that I fled.
Oh,
she fled on foot. She ran home through the snow. Barefoot, which it was close. She was like, we were like not far at all from home, but she fled. And I don't know what made me think of that. Something we were talking about before this.
Love that.
Yeah, I know. It's like I'm like, thank you for doing that.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Like,
I would have fled too.
Yeah, she did what she had to do.
If I was stuck there, I wouldn't have called for help. That would have been so embarrassing.
She's like, I'm stuck behind, like in a crack between the fridge and the wall, just watching the world go by.
No,
I guess
I
that was the
understand.
best Irish exit of all time.
Absolutely.
And then you also collected all of her stuff.
And I collected all of her stuff.
Really
I took
well.
it home. Was like, where is my friend? She has been raptured.
Absolutely.
And no, not this time. Maybe next time.
That's a beautiful college memory.
Yeah.
How did she get out from behind the fridge though?
Well, she wasn't really stuck. Like she was in her mind. She was stuck. It was like,
Okay, yeah.
When I say crack, I'm like, this is like a 2-foot gap. She was a tiny little person. She fell back and was just like,
I gotta go.
I gotta go.
We gotta get out of here.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
You gotta go.
Yeah.
I've always said that.
Yeah. That's what your tattoo says,
hilarious.
right?
Yeah, when I gotta go, you gotta go.
Kind of wraps a little bit around because they didn't center it before they did it. So it's like comes over onto the side a little bit. It's beautiful. Everyone
It's
should see it.
beautiful. It's a design choice. What can I say? Well, we've got to go into a section we like to call the group chat. We have a bunch to get into, but before we do, we want to talk about the beginning of the year real quick. Let's get into what's been happening in our text thread this week. Shout out to Peloton for sponsoring the group chat. It's the new year. Did you make resolutions? Or are you working on those? Are you not that kind of person?
Okay, I love that I'm going to get to do some SpawnCon here.
Yep.
Like this is not actual SpawnCon. I'm not being compensated, to be clear. Okay, so I don't usually do resolutions, but I met this wonderful girl who works at Netflix, Alana, who was like, I always do a bingo card. And I was like, okay, we're doing bingo cards. So I had some friends in town for the holiday and we all made bingo cards that like had some mixes of like mostly good things, but it was like also like crying in the car. It's like, I want a chance to win, Right. Yeah. So on that, I did do it. I wanted to like do something reasonable because I know myself. I said, I'm going to do at least 50 bar and or Pilates classes with my Peloton app because I think 50, I'm like, if I phone it in all year long, then the last month of the year I can just do like 2 classes a day and still get my X.
That sounds awful, but
ripped by
okay.
I'm gonna be so ripped for one week in January. Whoa. Yes, I can't wait.
That's amazing.
Do you guys have any resolutions?
We like to make goals. Alona's calling them, what do you call them this year? Quests?
My quests.
She's calling them quests this year.
Because I just sometimes when we say goals and it's like, I gotta lose 50 pounds or I gotta do this. I'm like, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah, it's a quest. It's the journey, not a destination.
Exactly. Thank you.
Exactly.
So I wrote quests above on my piece because we're all journalers.
Yeah,
so we all
journalers.
sit down and journal. And I wrote some quests on there. What quests do I have?
Yeah, let's hear some of them. How's it going so far?
It's pretty good. I mean, we're
5 days deep.
early days. Early days. I have some ideas like I want to do. Like I have a children's book idea that I really like to get started with.
She's been talking about that for a while. It's gonna be good.
I would like to. I want to spend money on things that make me happy. Not like I'm not doing that. I'll be honest. Let's be real. I'm spending a lot of money.
Really,
if
if
you
ever
write
denied herself anything, right?
Recently, yeah. I mean, I used to be such a saver, and I'm getting out of that. But
Same.
I want to like spend on things that make me happy, and sometimes even still, I'm like, that's pretty a lot. I'm like, you can afford it.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay. Because our Omo is like, you better save up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to spend more on what. Actually, that should be yours. You should write that down.
Yeah, I was gonna
Spend
say,
more.
do they? No, that's a good segue. Do they kind of bully you to where they're like, go buy yourself a pair of pants, like
a good pair of shoes?
Yeah,
Good
shoes.
Yeah, which cute.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Those are
Buy
mine.
yourself a pair of boots.
She refuses to buy good
Yes,
shoes. And
yes.
there's a quote that's like, you're either in your shoes or in your bed, so it pays to invest in
That's
both.
so true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I believe that.
Usually I'm either lying down, I'm wearing the shoes, I'm sitting down, so it's a chair also. Yeah, a chair.
Oh, good chair.
Standing.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
And then we're funny too, because when it comes to clothing, we're like, oh, I couldn't spend that. And then a single dinner,
Yeah,
whatever, we're like-
$7,000. Yes,
You know?
so my best friend is a server at a really nice restaurant, and so she like at the end of the year was like doing her taxes, and she was like, I made a lot of money. Where did it all go? And I was like, dinner and lip gloss.
Yeah.
I know the way that you're eating is this, like she's working at this like Michelin starred restaurant, and then she's going to all these like every night of the week. She's like, I'm like, you spent your entire paycheck on
What she loves.
on what she loves, food and lip gloss.
It brings you joy. Isn't that like a quote like, you can't take something to, what can you take to the grave? I mean, you can't take the money to the grave.
Yeah.
So
Have experience.
Have
and
experience
also
now.
money is made up. It's only there to trade for something better. It's
Right.
it's like it's nothing. It's nothing. It's a piece of paper.
One of my favorite quotes is something my mom said. I don't think she meant to be as like literally
Deep.
revolutionary to me. Like it's stuck with me to this day where I was like, I don't know if I should take this trip, if I should go here and do this. I was fresh out of college, didn't really have money. And she was like, you're not going to miss the money. You're going to miss the experience.
Yes.
That's
That might have been somebody else's quote.
It could be somebody else's quote. My mom heard it once.
Nina Kamar might have also come up with that herself.
It's a Maher original.
Maher said that.
Wrote that
She
out.
penned that.
Yes.
I
great
want
scribe.
to be more like assured in spaces I walk into and feel like, oh, I deserve to be here and whatnot.
Wow.
Which I do feel, but I think I can be better with it because at times, I said, I'm like, oh, this person has done this or this or this. So I'm going to try that.
Wow. I mean, that is like, I'm so happy that's one of your quests, but that's like a little bit heartbreaking because it's like, I would just assume that you feel like you belong in every single room. Like you are like an Olympian.
I
And
know.
I'm like,
If
not you, who?
I think it gets from like trauma. I hate the word trauma, like because we throw it out so much. I think it comes from back in the day, not feeling very welcome in spaces and feeling uncomfortable in spaces. And so now I'm like, I want to always make sure like I'm right for the space or there. And then I'm like, okay, first off, Alona, you are fine.
Alona.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You deserve to be here, whether it's in
Right.
film or whatever. So
Yeah.
I'm always trying to get better because I am a very confident person, but I also have some things that hold me back. In
For sure.
ways.
I mean, I guess that's probably everyone to some extent, but I feel like the more that like you do that and you go on that quest of assuredness, you're making more room and space for other women and girls to like do the same thing and be like, oh, I guess I'm okay. I guess I'm allowed to exist.
Wait a second.
Wait,
Exactly.
Can I be here?
My quest.
Yeah.
a quest.
That is a noble quest.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love that noble quest. You should put noble on top of the quest.
Yeah.
Noble
Spend more
quest.
money.
Yeah.
Very noble.
Very noble of you.
Yeah. I should say that same friend who spent all of her money on dinner and lip gloss, we do joke that she's my financial advisor because she is the one who will be like, just buy it.
Yeah.
Just buy it. What is wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, yeah, my upbringing, I can't do
Yeah,
that.
no,
Like,
exactly.
if you can do something for free, you don't pay someone to do it, even if
Right.
you're going to do a bad job. Like, I've finally kind of broken through that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not an electrician. I'm not going to like try to hang a light, you know?
That's exactly my thought too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just it's worth the
It
time and
is.
struggle or think about it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
One of mine, I guess, a quest or a goal, but you've heard this like the topic of showing up as your highest self, or what would your highest self do right now? I'm loving that. So I'm like trying to like, okay, in this moment, what would my highest self
Yeah.
be doing? She wouldn't be doom scrolling endlessly. She would be doing X, right? Or just like,
Wait, she'd be doing X.
she'd be,
Your highest self would be doing
maybe
X.
she
That's
would.
so true. That's so true.
I should tap in and ask her. Hold on.
and in many ways, I am doing X.
And then maybe I am right now. I don't know.
We were journaling the other day, and I was just starting. She's like, you know what you should write about? What is your highest self doing?
Oh my gosh, I love this.
I heard this once on TikTok, and now I'm just like rolling with
It's
it.
changed
And I was
you.
like, oh, okay.
She's making a lot of really good
cooking with
points
gas
here.
over
I got like 2 pages down. At first, it was a little. on the edge of self-hatred.
Yeah.
Of just like, she
you
wouldn't be doing
stupid.
this, and she would be doing that and that, of just like everything I could improve about myself.
Yeah.
But it was a great exercise.
Yeah, it was good. Do you journal?
Occasionally. I did as like when I was growing up, I journaled a ton.
You have to.
Yeah, you have
So
to.
many thoughts
There's
and
too many
emotions.
feelings. And every once in a while I do find one of those and think, wish this didn't exist. Wish this didn't exist. It's funny, like I feel like I'm finally to the age where like when I see teenagers, I'm less like, they're not going to bully me. I'm like, they're cute and little. Like I'm finally hitting that moment finally in my life. But then like sometimes when I revisit myself of youth, I'm like, this is still so humiliating and I can still feel it all so deeply. But yeah, so I don't do a ton of journaling. I do, I feel like it's probably that thing of like, if I'm writing, I should be writing. Like I should be writing. But maybe that should have been one of my quests. It's not on my bingo card. I'll tell you that. So if it happens, I can literally say, that wasn't on my bingo card.
It wasn't on the bingo card. Yeah. I love this bingo card.
You're journaling one night, like, well, this wasn't on my bingo card.
I can sit down and literally do it any moment. And I'm like, wow, I really shook the foundations of 2026.
Good for you. I haven't seen the bingo card. I love that idea. I might go make one myself, but people buy themselves those mini like Prosecco bottles and then they tie their goal to it for the year or however long it takes them. And then they're like, buy a new car. They buy a new car. They get to pop the little mini bottle, or it's like they got a promotion at work. Then they pop their mini bottle that had that goal on it.
That's such a good idea because I feel like as an adult, you have so few markers of like time passing, and also it just goes so fast. And you're just like, what did I even do? It's so easy to forget. And I do think having those intentional ways to celebrate
The little things.
these things that you're like, I did the thing that I wanted to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The little things make up the big things. It's
Yeah.
also special.
So true.
And we like having those journals to look back on and remember those things.
So
that
do
we
all
did.
three of you journal?
Yeah, Olivia got us into it.
Oh my gosh.
2019, I think, is when you
2018.
2018, Jesus.
Probably. I used to be. Do you know what bullet journaling is?
Oh yeah. See, I'm not organized enough for that. It's like in my dreams, I'm a bullet journaler.
Yeah.
We're not
In
even
my
that.
dreams.
I used to have like a whole Instagram page for it. I would make these beautiful aesthetic spreads, but then I wasn't actually being productive with it anymore.
Right, you're like spending all your time making the journal.
Because it was being perceived. So I no longer do that.
That's
I
for
let my
private.
journal be as messy as it needs to be, and it's way more productive and like a safe space to land now.
It's 2026. Hitting your protein goals should be easy.
Fuel your New Year's at Tropical Smoothie Cafe with the new limited time protein blend smoothies, because powering your goals can taste as good as it feels.
New protein blends are made with Chobani Greek yogurt, real ingredients, and up to 30 grams of protein.
Fuel your best self with the cherry berry, chocolate PB, and almond banana protein smoothies. Available now through March 3rd.
The new limited time protein blends are great for your post-workout, midday pick-me-up, or just because.
I know I'm definitely grabbing a cherry berry protein smoothie myself.
Available for a limited time only, so order ahead, take the scenic route, and earn rewards with the Tropical Smoothie Cafe app. Download it today.
Make every day a getaway with their bold flavors and better-for-you pairings. Only at Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
Tropical Smoothie Cafe. It's tropic time.
New Year's is the moment everyone is reflecting, resetting, and rewriting their story.
January is about turning that energy into action, and Shopify makes that first step easier than ever.
Whether you're dreaming up a side hustle or finally ready to bet on yourself, Shopify is the platform that helps you become who you're meant to be. No more waiting, no more maybe.
Imagine how different your year could look if you started now on your goals, just like your 10-minute mile, right, Dre?
All right, no need to bring that up. My mile's now 11:15. Thank you very much. And that would have happened if I didn't publicly commit to it. So go for it.
Shopify is the place to go for it if you want to start or grow your business. And it's where we go whenever we have a crazy idea that we think you all just might like.
We all know how important it is to have the right aesthetic for things. In a lot of ways, great website design is like wearing a great outfit. It makes you feel amazing about yourself and helps you take on anything.
Well, with Shopify's design templates, you can make sure that your site is dressed to impress, just like us, and she can be customized to be just as unique as the person that made her.
If 2026 is your year, go to shopify.com/Maher and make your move.
Did you guys ever, when you were growing up, did you ever have like a shared notebook that you would like pass around or like write things to each other in? No. I mean, you lived together. So I'm like, I didn't have sisters. So like that was the thing that I would do with like my girlfriends. But like if I'd had sisters, maybe I'd be like, I don't need that.
No, yeah.
They're there all the time.
Why would I
can't
want
get
you
rid
else
of
to
them.
say?
Yeah.
I could talk to her instead.
Yeah, right. Or like, you're like, get out of my room. Leave me alone.
More of they would say that to me.
Yeah.
Right. Don't touch my notebook.
Yeah, for real.
That's a good idea, though. Do you still have those notebooks?
I don't. I think that one of my friends does still have a lot of hers, and she might have one of ours. But again, I'm like, do I want it? Dare I?
It's fun to look back on.
Yeah,
You're
it's
like,
spooky,
to
though.
remember those things that you felt, and you're like, why did I think that was such a crazy
Big
important thing
thing.
to me? Like, why would that change me?
Right.
Yeah, and also like looking at the different stages for me, at least, of trying to have different kinds of handwriting.
Right.
Oh, when we try a lot of cursive.
Yes, and like bubble. Like
I was
I
gonna
needed
say
the bubble letters. Yeah,
The different A that you
yes,
go like,
the A.
yeah.
The A that's like almost
funky
an
one?
E.
Yeah.
Did everybody else do the line through their 7? Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
Make a
I
7?
didn't really. And sometimes I do now because I'm like, well, how are they going to know if it's a 1 or a 7?
Yeah.
Like I get obsessive about it, even though I'm like, it's
I still do. I do like the
Yeah.
the foot on it, the 7, and then the line. I'm like,
You do the foot.
You do the
on it.
do a
foot?
foot on
not
a
the
7?
foot. What's it like from the top of it? It's like up like
Yeah,
that.
that's weird.
Wait, the little like hook over.
The hook over. I do the hook over and the line through it. Third grade me thought
Wow.
I
Okay,
was.
no one's mistaking that for a 1.
No,
I'll say
How
that.
are we writing our A's, guys? Are we
Yeah.
doing?
The little like
Are you
now
doing
I'm
the-
not. Now
No,
I'm not.
yeah,
but
okay,
at the
that-
time, I'm.
You all go through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an important rite of passage.
Yep.
That is girlhood.
That is girlhood.
Can we clip this and make it seem like we're all chanting spells?
Drawing
We're
it.
all
Can you put this on the
Mine though, I always would go between like the 2 where it didn't have a little bubble and then the 2 that did, and that has messed up my rating. Like I'll be writing, like I just filled out my my lease and it was for 2026, and I did the 2s differently each time.
Yes. Yeah. And then you're like, if the FBI needed to look at a handwriting sample, would they know for sure?
No.
Like, or what would this say about me that they're like, this person is like, and I always switch between cursive and regular, regular style. Roman.
yeah. I saw something once that like bad handwriting is a sign of intelligence, and I'm rolling with it.
Oh, I
so
love
your
that.
brain is working too fast for
You have
your
pretty good handwriting though.
Now that's fucked up.
She really came for you. Are you gonna let that stand?
I kind of have a dumb story, but recently I was with getting a procedure, and there was a nurse there, and we were talking about nursing school, and I was like, "Oh, when did you graduate nursing school?" And she said 2003.
2003?
What does that mean? 2003.
2003?
She called it 2003. I was like, it was like me and like 2 doctors, and I was like,
Yeah. And were
we
you
all were like-
medicated?
Were you all like carrying the one?
we're like, oh, like 2003? She's like, yeah. I was like,
2003.
Wait, this
hell
sounds to me
calls
like
it 2003.
I would expect that you would have to be in whatever comes after Gen Alpha to do that. 'Cause
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think I
That's
wasn't sure if she thought it was like
crazy.
cool or different.
2003.
But I could not figure out what year she was saying.
2003.
She said 20. No, shit you not. I'm there about to get a needle pressed in my shoulder.
You're like, I don't know if I trust her.
And she says 2003. And I was like,
You were like, get her out of here.
take that out of there.
Get her out of here.
Everyone knows it's 2003.
She was like fully an alien who was like impersonating a human, and she's like, I think I got it.
It's like that Inglorious. Have you seen that Inglorious Bastards clip where it's like, oh, the German way of saying 3 is this, and then he does this.
Oh, he does this.
And that's how it
Get
gives
her
him
out of
away.
here. That's not a nurse. That's not a nurse.
You were in a Catch Me If You Can situation with a con artist who was 14 years old and was like, I'm pretty sure they called it 2003.
I got her.
Right.
Anyway, I was born in actually 1996.
Yeah, but that is how you
1990. Yeah, well, you can't even say it in a fun way.
1996. No, 1996.
Yeah.
They'll be saying that, don't you think? Because we say like the 1900s, and sometimes people say the 1900s and they mean the 90s now. Sometimes
they don't.
Sometimes that's happening. I've
late
heard
late
rumors.
1900s.
Late.
In the late
It is
1900s.
accurate, unfortunately.
Well, when were you born? Oh,
Yes.
late 1900s.
Yes.
I'm going to say that.
Start saying that to
Once you
kids.
start getting old, that's going to be really
Yeah,
impressive.
it is. They're gonna be like, "Whoa, I can't believe you were alive back then."
Yeah, your
Back then.
grandkids, mine's are going to be blown.
They're going to be shaking. In their
They'll be
boots.
like, are you a vampire
Yeah.
from the Twilight Saga? I'm
Yeah,
like, yes.
because our skin is all going to be so good. They're
so
going to be like,
good and sparkly.
So
"Grandma,
good.
Yeah.
you're 34."
Yeah. Grandma, why can't you smile?
Yeah. You're not happy. You're not ever happy, but you are slaying.
Yeah, you're slurring, girl.
You're serving your ass off, G-Ma. We talked so much we have to miss the thing about Tom Brady and Kathy Griffin. Something.
I think we're okay.
Oh, shoot.
She put that in there as fun. It was Kathy Griffith recently shared that she accidentally fell in love with a 23-year-old, which we've heard dating younger men is in.
Is that in?
It is. It is.
Do you recommend that for us?
I mean, I have 2 friends who are 35, about to turn 36, who have 26-year-old boyfriends
What?
born after Titanic came out, and they are having a great time.
Is that how they're going?
Yes. Well, that's how I found out, because I don't know. The first time I met one of them, like, I don't know how it came up, and then I was like, wait. Doing the math of 2003, carry the one.
2003.
And I was like, wait a second, were you born? I don't know if he offered it. I think I asked. And he was like, oh yeah, I was born
You had
after
to.
that. And I was like, that doesn't exist.
That's spooky. He never
Yeah.
knew the 2 VHS
Yeah,
tapes.
he never had the 2 VHS tapes that he like wasn't really supposed to watch, but he was watching.
But he watched
Or he was
them.
allowed to watch only the first one.
Right.
Jonna recently did a joke like this, but you know in Twilight when she goes like, How old have you been? 17. That's you with the boyfriend. How old have you been? 26.
Yes, I'm like, I still also have friends who, because they're just like a couple of years younger than me, but I met them when they were like 23. And so now I'm like, you're like what? 28? And they're like, I'm 33. And I'm like, oh, okay.
How does that work?
Time will do
They
that.
didn't age with you.
Yeah, right. That's weird. That's weird.
Spooky.
So yeah, younger men. I think actually there's something to that. I don't know. I think there might be. I don't know. Yeah.
I think age can be, older men can be good.
Yeah, they
Some
can be good.
Can be
So
good.
my grandfather is a wonderful man. He's 93 and he is an absolutely great person.
Wow.
Great guy.
Yeah.
You know,
Is he available?
He's not, but you know.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
But
We'll
he
keep
might have some
looking.
friends.
Cool.
Yeah. I'll check if any of them are still with us.
Thank you.
Is your husband older or younger?
He's older, but not by like a lot.
Boring.
Yeah, just the normal. I know. I
He's
wish
not
I
born
could
in
be like
2003.
not 2003. No, just the traditional. Yeah, not. There's
God.
no big age gap to like.
Trad wife over
I
here.
know. I know. I mean, well, when you get a peep at my,
Hell yeah.
you
Those
know,
are working hands.
These are working hands.
Your
I'm
hands
scrubbing
look
those
like
pots.
those.
No, I really feel like I should say that I am not. I don't know how to do anything.
Yeah.
I don't know how to. So I'm a trad wife in that I don't know how to do anything. I'm like I can go sit down and make up a story.
Yeah, but you can write.
Yeah, I
like
can
a
write,
motherfucker.
and I will do that.
Do you love a salad?
I actually
in
do
different
love a
forms?
salad.
Like
your Midwestern forms?
like different forms of
Oh no,
salads.
you know what? I love the idea of it. I love the idea of like a Jello salad.
Ew.
You know, the sweet
Rose
ones.
M.
Yeah, I love the idea of it. But no, I'm mostly fucking with a normal green salad.
Yeah,
I'll say
right.
that. Oh, I love a potato salad. I'll say that.
We're into salads. She recently, big thing is getting into salads.
Because she didn't eat lettuce before.
Oh,
No, I
never
agree.
ate
You're
lettuce.
a recent convert to
Yeah.
lettuce.
Yeah.
Okay.
The sweet green of it all.
Yeah.
And now I actually made my first successful one at home that I liked.
Oh my
Did it
gosh.
cost me $60 to get all the ingredients?
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Right.
And then I was so sick of it. I was like 3 days of salad.
Right. No, it's not a nightly thing. I don't know how people can be like, I have salad for lunch every single day. It's like once a week, your body's like, give me a salad.
I need the greens now.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I go too long without a sweet green, I'm like, I haven't had enough vegetables.
But you know what also is great is broccoli or Brussels sprouts that have been sauteed with a lot of oil and garlic.
Oh, yeah.
Or deep fried.
Or deep
What
fried.
are we? That's crazy because the first time she had a Brussels sprouts was because she never liked them, and then we went to this place and they're like, "I want to see the Brussels sprouts because I would eat them," and they're like, "Want to add bacon?" Of course, want to add bacon.
yeah.
To it. She loves Brussels sprouts.
It
now.
changed my life.
Deep fried.
Okay, I have to ask you guys this. We're going to put all of our parents on blast for a moment. Do you feel like your parents were serving you vegetables that were all steamed?
All steamed.
So you thought vegetables
I
were
agree.
disgusting?
No, it was they
didn't
doused it in
oversteam them, I
butter.
will
Oh, they
say.
did that. Okay,
They
that
would
helps. That
oversteam
helps.
butter.
Yeah,
Okay.
butter, nutmeg, salt, pepper.
Okay, then that helps. I feel like I was eating steamed vegetables, so I did think Brussels sprouts were disgusting.
Oh yeah, steamed Brussels.
Steamed Brussels,
That's
that's
never in
crazy.
my
And they
life.
soak
That's
it up.
crazy. Never in my life.
You need to get that char on the outside.
Oh, yeah.
That's really important.
No, our parents loved to steam vegetable.
Yeah.
And then I went to one friend's house who I just remember she was like a very tiny.
Yeah.
And
She had like a
her
granola
family was
mom?
healthy, and they just
Yeah.
put lemon on their broccoli. And I remember coming from my house, I was like,
Where the butter at? You're like, we're having sour
What the-
broccoli.
Sour broccoli.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I too do that.
Yummy.
I too do. Yeah.
Or
Oh
the
my
worst is
gosh.
like broccoli that I've had people boil it and then it's too hot. So then they shock it with cold water. And so that's all they do. And so it's just filled with cold water.
Oh, you bite into
and
it.
you
It's
bite
like
into it.
It's
and
a
it's just,
cold,
it's-
watery broccoli.
Let's get into
Horrible.
roasting vegetables, guys.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
2026.
big into roasting
But
vegetables.
it's so funny. Okay, wait. But Olivia, so like,
Where is this going?
Uh-oh.
in our house, my mom is an amazing cook. She cooks with butter and carbs, and it's
Yes, the
delicious.
right way to cook.
When I tell these girls to make like a vegetable of some kind, like they cannot make it. So,
Oh my God.
she'll make. In England, when I had you make broccolini once, and they don't know how to physically don't know how to cook a vegetable. So
That's
it's
like the only thing I know
unless
how
I'm
to do.
steaming it,
Is
because
it's
unless
like-
they're steaming it.
You are steam. You're still in 20.
She barely cooks a vegetable.
I don't cook a vegetable.
Okay.
But if you ask me to make broccoli, I'd be
You're
like,
gonna
I gotta
steam
figure
it?
out how to steam this right now.
Do you know you can put almost anything you can just put in a pan with oil and salt and pepper.
I'm learning that now.
Okay.
And then she'll
Almost
cook
anything.
it till it's dead.
So then, and then I was doing hers like in the oven or something, and it was
Yeah.
either totally raw still or like
Yeah.
way overdone, right? And she was like,
probably
"This is
dripping
nice."
in oil.
and
No,
dripping in oil, Adriana. I'm very thankful. It was awesome. But I was like, okay, Olivia, this this is a good try at cooking a vegetable.
A good try. Is your quest?
Here's
You're
your gold star.
I
guess I need to add a gold.
She can make
my quest.
I kept saying she can make a pasta like a motherfucker.
Okay, that's
and
more
a creamy
important. That's
sauce.
a more important skill
You ask
set.
her
Thank you.
Yeah.
to do a
vegetable.
broccoli.
I didn't know you had these gripes with my red vegetables.
She's like, what is this broccoli?
You remember one time, it was the beginning of last year when you made these broccoli, and I was like, woof.
I didn't think they
They'd
were that
been
bad.
cooked.
I ate them.
Guys, anyway, we were in the group chat too long. This is what happens in group chats where you just like want somebody says something and then you keep going on.
This is how a group chat actually functions.
Exactly.
And this is why it's the greatest modern invention.
And you know
is
when
the group chat.
when you have a group chat going and it's like on fire.
Yes, we're like, we are the funniest. and when everyone's there at the same time.
Yes,
Yes, like, how did this
cooking.
happen?
Oh, it's a
how
drug.
How did this happen? It
Oh
is.
my
There's
God.
nothing like it.
Sometimes I yearn for it from like high school when everybody was on their phones. And
Yeah.
And I'm just like, people, it's very rare when you get into that flow state.
It's so the flow. It is the flow state. You're like, I'm in a trance. Yeah, I miss the G chat days. I don't know if you guys ever did G chat, but I would be G chatting morning, noon, and night.
Kidding? And sometimes you could have like a status on G chat too. Do you remember
It
that?
like became AIM again for a second, for a moment there.
Oh,
I don't have friends. I don't know what G-Chat is.
It was like a Google, like on your Gmail, like a little pop-up.
You could see if you were actually
I
online.
remember what G-Chat is. Yeah, I love
sad
G-Chat
when that went away.
when the homies were live.
Yes,
No.
it was so mad. Okay, I remember one of my first times having one of those like simultaneous conversations with the same person was on GChat.
Yeah.
And my best friend from college and I were just like pretending, like without talking about it, we just started typing like exactly how we typed in middle school in AIM. So it'd be like what like I don't even remember now what all the abbreviations.
WAT, what?
Yeah, like all of it. Yeah, and then we were just typing like, what are you up to, whatever, and being like, might go to the basketball game later, LOL. Cool. Got a lot of homework though, LOL.
What doing?
Yeah, what doing? Yeah, but like all the weird, like not much here, NMHJC, not much here, just chilling. You.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we were doing that for so long, and we couldn't quit. But then we needed to talk about something else, and so she texted me, and so we were like, okay. Texting.
This was business.
Yeah, the business and pleasure.
Business and pleasure.
It was the mullet of communication.
What was Lilas?
Love you like a sister.
Love you like a sister,
You could say Lila
Lilas.
Saab, love you like a sister, only better.
Oh!
But that you would only say that if you didn't have sisters, I think, and that's why I would use that
Right,
one.
yeah.
That worked for you.
You're like, she's like, I
Right.
didn't ever say that to my
Well, my like good friend Joe,
Mm-hmm.
one of my love him, my gay best friend, he was like Lilas, and I was like, what is that? And he's like, love you like a sister. I was like, oh crap.
Kind of a
Oh
cute
my
baby name. Is that
gosh.
crazy?
Lilas.
Yeah, Lilas.
And cigarette.
Mommy, where did my name come from? Well, you see. What about when I would G-Chat?
Back in 2003.
Her little brother and her little brother NMHJC.
BRB, shut up.
BRB, you are not welcome. TTYL.
Kind of beautiful names.
Yeah. Kind of beautiful. I don't know. All right.
I have an idea that I made up years ago that I think I'm not doing this to children, but I thought pamplemousse and taro. Pamplemousse like
Taro
LaCroix.
isn't half bad, actually.
Yeah,
Taro's
taro,
a good name.
I'm sure there's already a lot of little taros running around,
Taro.
don't you think? But with having a sibling named pamplemousse.
Taro, get over
Get
here.
over here.
Taro and then Pharaoh, but not Pharaoh like the name Pharaoh, like the grain.
The grain
Pharaoh.
Pharaoh.
Taro and Pharaoh.
For twins. If there's any twins out there. In
Taro
okay.
and Pharaoh.
Some ideas.
That's not that
I
bad.
think that should be like a band name too. They should
Pharaoh.
actually, your
Pharaoh.
kids named Taro and Pharaoh should start a band.
That's true. We got to work on that.
I like Pharaoh because that could also be like,
Yeah.
a king.
Yeah.
But it's actually his mom named after a grain.
Or Pharaoh and Ball, named after my favorite paint store.
Okay.
And that as
Shout
well.
out.
Shout out as well.
I'm really here to just try and get free stuff, you
love
guys.
it.
I'm like,
As
so
you-
my favorite.
As you should.
No.
We
I don't
talked
need
about
paint.
Venus razors. They just sent us like 8,000 Venus razor
my
blades. I'm like,
gosh.
everyone in this office is getting a Venus razor blade.
You get a Venus.
You
You
want
get a
some?
Venus. You get a
It's
Venus.
under your chest. Oh my
Look
gosh.
under your tower.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
All right, we have loved this group chat. Thanks again to Emily's bingo buddies at Peloton.
Yes. Oh, Lulu and Georgia. I also I'm waiting for a couch and stools from them. I'm not kidding.
Isn't
I
that
should have come here 6 months ago,
I
you guys.
picked this on Lulu and Georgia. This
They have so
wallpaper.
much- Wait, is this the Sarah Sherman Samuels wallpaper?
Is it from Lulu and Georgia? You aren't kidding.
Well, one of my friends works for her, but I did order a bunch of Sarah Sherman. She has some really beautiful stuff on Lulu and Georgia.
Oh
That's the
my
truth.
God.
That's the God's honest truth.
I gotta lock in on that this
Yeah,
year
you
for
do.
my house.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta decorate more.
I'm addicted to home goods shopping. I love it.
it.
I'm like, I need a much bigger. I do not have a big house, but I'm like, I need a mansion so that I can buy more furniture.
I don't
Yeah.
need a new couch. I want a new
Yeah.
couch. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Dangerous stuff. I'm also a Facebook marketplacer.
That is actually dangerous.
I see it when I close my eyes at night. Like I close my eyes and I'm like scrolling on.
Wait, do you send them when you find like the weirdest things? Do you have like a person you send those screenshots to?
My mom.
Okay.
Sometimes
You're like, will you go get me this haunted doll? Will you go pick it up, Mom?
Yeah, Mom can get it.
It's closer to you than to me.
It's closer to you, and you can go pick up these plates that I found for you because she loves dishware.
Oh,
so,
fun.
You know.
Break through the start of the year with the brand new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus powered by Peloton IQ.
Peloton's most elevated equipment comes with real-time guidance and endless ways to move, alone or with your favorite instructors.
It's cross-training reimagined with features designed to help you reach your goals effortlessly.
And when your days are busy and feeling stressed, Peloton helps you stay on track.
With features that can help you plan, stay motivated, and achieve peak performance, you can just let yourself run, lift, sculpt, push, and go while Peloton handles the rest.
It even has a swivel screen so I can jump on the Tread Plus for my morning hot girl walk, then stretch it off with one smooth spin. How easy is that?
It offers endless ways to train for a well-rounded routine.
Let yourself run, lift, sculpt, push, and go.
Explore the new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus at onepeloton.com.
In this house, we're no strangers to setting records, so our hair care has to match our level.
Meet K18, a hair care brand that's been breaking rules and records since day one.
They couldn't find real, lasting hair repair, so they invented it. The patented K18 peptide is the greatest discovery in hair history.
It perfectly fits into the broken parts of your hair structure, making it strong and healthy again.
Reversing damage in 4 minutes, deep within hair's innermost layers. It's so easy. I use it all the time as the perfect hair pick-me-up.
For breakthrough results, the K18 mask gets molecular, delivering soft, strong, bouncy hair for everyone.
You'll flip for hair like new.
Shop K18 Mask at Sephora or get 10% off your first purchase at K18hair.com with code MAHER, M-A-H-E-R.
It is now time for what we like to call tea time. So, to set the stage, People We Meet on Vacation is about best friends Poppy and Alex who take yearly summer trips until a disastrous vacation 2 years prior ends their friendship. An unexpected reunion helps them ultimately explore whether their deep friendship can become something more. Oh my God. So we are going to ask you about People We Meet on Vacation.
Yes,
that's cool with you.
Of course, that's like what I'm living right now.
Last night when we met you at the premiere, you were like, "I'm so excited to come on the show. Like, do I have to talk about sports?" I was like, "No, it's okay."
No, it was the opposite of that. I was trying to explain to my husband he's very offline, which is a beautiful thing for him.
I love that for a
It's
man.
beautiful, but it's like
That's a man.
Oh my, you guys, this is how offline he is. Sometimes I don't tell him bad things that happen, like not like in globally,
Right.
But like he knows about those. But like within the last 4 months, my whole family was together, and somebody said something about Diddy, and my husband completely serious goes, "Oh no, did he do something?"
Okay.
I was like, "I'm so sorry. I should have told you."
Maybe he
I
should lock in a little bit to the internet.
Yeah. But so he was like, "Oh, it's about sports." And I was like, "No, you don't get it. This is like, it's about sisterhood." I was like, "All women love them."
Yeah.
I was like, "You don't understand. It's just about women."
It's women being women.
Yeah.
Don't worry. A lot of men don't know the podcast, so he's forgiven on that front.
Well,
on the Diddy front, we should print him out some slides.
Yeah, the Diddy. Well, there's documentaries for that. There's
Couple
documentaries
notes
for
on that. Yeah, there's a documentary on that. We'll get for him.
50 cents. That's something you say about it. Yeah.
I mean, I remember like texting him the day David Bowie died, and I was like, "Do I have to be the one to tell my husband that David Bowie died?" I was not. Luckily, he was like, "Yeah, 4 other people already texted me." I was like,
okay. Phew. Where were they when did his thing? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh gosh. Yeah, they're like, they didn't think he needed to know that.
They left that to you?
Yeah,
okay, cool.
okay.
I love it. So it's almost Netflix release day as we're recording this. But how for you does a movie release now differed from a book release day?
I think, so both of them, I don't know if you guys feel this, like because you're doing this podcast, it's like when maybe the first one or like the Olympics, like anything where it's like you feel like, oh, my whole life is going to feel different after this one thing, or this day is going to feel huge.
Yeah.
And then it happens and you're like, oh, everything's like kind of the same. And that's like a good and bad thing. Like it can be depending on where you are mentally. So like, I feel like with book releases, I learned early on that like, it's a day where like you get a lot of text messages and then it's out and you're like, okay, now it's out. And now nothing is different. Right. This movie release process has been like more drawn out. So it's been kind of crazy because it's like we've been doing press and I've seen the movie like 6 times now in different settings. I know. And I still love it. But I'm like, I actually will take a week probably to watch it next time. It's so good. But, and doing all these different screenings and fan screenings. And so it's like, it kind of feels like it's already halfway out.
Right.
Okay, so I'm desperate for what you will have all already experienced.
Yes. Perfect.
I just want all of the readers to have seen it at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much of a hand did you have in like picking the actors and the characters, and they were saying, because I didn't get to see it, but some things were different.
Yeah, totally.
There's some as well. Yeah. Some things were a little bit different, but like, did that, you think, make it a little bit better for the screen?
For sure. Yeah. So I love getting to dish about all of this. So I think like something that most readers don't realize is that authors ultimately have no say at all. You have no say. And that's just like, it happens occasionally that maybe someone does. But in general, it's like, I have so many friends who've had adaptations where they're like, they basically called me and were like, we're doing press. We need you to pretend that you were like involved in this. And they're like, no, okay, I haven't been able to get anyone to like email me back in months. Sure. I did not have that experience. I was very, very, very lucky. Even if someone's like an executive producer, that does not mean anything. That's like a courtesy where they're saying like, we value you. No, go away.
Love you.
Yes, love you later.
Kisses
love you
on
like
the forehead.
A sister, only worse. But so the director, Brett Haley, when he signed on, he had done an adaptation before for All the Bright Places, which was a really beloved YA novel. And so he knew like how passionate readers are. And he knew like, you really need to have them on board if you're going to have a successful adaptation. Like you don't like spit in the face of the person who made you get this job. Basically, like this is happening because of this readership. And so he called me right away and was like, give me the full list of everything that you think the readers want to see in it and your non-negotiables and all of that. And that was like years ago now. I know. And like, I have to say, this is a straight guy. I was like, really, I was very, because I didn't choose the director either. They were just sort of like, and here's who's directing it. And I just feel like we got so lucky that he actually wanted to make the same movie that like I wanted to be made, and he kept me like up to date on every little change. He kept me up to date on everything. Like when they were talking cast, I knew like who they were considering, and he wanted my opinion, and he couldn't always like enforce my opinion, but if I felt strongly about something, he always took it back to the larger team and was like, I think, he was on my side. And I also like, I love movies. I love writing books, but I love movies. So I didn't feel like I expected this to be exactly the book. Like the point and joy of this is that it gets to be a little bit different. It's what happens when somebody adapts your work. You think about, like, I kind of try to prep my readers, or it's like, think about Batman. Like there isn't just one Batman. And if you love a certain one, it doesn't mean that the others, don't like deserve to exist. And like if a new one gets made that you don't like as much, it doesn't undo the ones that already exist. So I knew there'd be changes. He tried to like keep me in the loop and get my opinion and my sign off on like everything that he could. I love this movie. I think it's so good. And there's really only like one thing that I personally am like, oh, I wish this had been a tiny bit more like the book. But in general, I'm like, I'm obsessed. And I think a lot of the changes just, make more sense for the screen. They're like bigger, like broader, funnier moments that are more like set piecey. They found really creative ways to take things that are kind of long, slow building jokes in the novel and make them just kind of happen in one different scene. So that was really like, I don't know, he really found like creative ways to get everything that I wanted in. And I'm like very spoiled now because I have all these other adaptations and I'm going to be showing up being like, you guys,
this is my standard.
This is my standard. And and the readers, I think and hope that they will feel spoiled too. And I hope that like all of the other teams will see this as like a good blueprint for like how to make a great adaptation. I think like Hamnet is another good example. I've not seen it yet, but it's so cool to me that Chloe Zhao, who's like this powerhouse who did not have to let anyone else be involved at all, but she specifically wanted the author to co-write with her and had to like kind of talk her into it. And they got this like, by all accounts, beautiful movie out of it. And because it's like, she's so good at what she does, but the novelist knows the story and these characters so well. And I just think like, when you can find someone you collaborate with really well, that's when you're going to get like the absolute best outcome. And Brett and I worked really, really well together.
That's gorgeous. We left the theater and Adriana was like, oh, they put some love into that thing.
And like everyone at Netflix too, like they were really passionate. Like I can't believe everything that they've done to promote it and all the excitement for it. I mean, the thing with rom-coms, like the reason that they're like easy to get made theoretically is because they're inexpensive compared to like a Marvel movie. Like we don't need special effects, like whatever. And Netflix has been the first studio to really like embrace romance. A lot of the other studios have been very slow to understand that there's an audience there. They're like, wait, women? I haven't heard of that.
What do you mean?
Could you draw one?
Women, money,
right.
No.
Please. It's wild. They're so like publishing. I feel like already had this moment like 10 years ago. They already know. They're like women are the most voracious readers. They're like a really dedicated audience.
They control the money in the household.
They
do the spending.
Sociological, like it's proven. So I just feel really lucky that like everybody was so passionate and so excited about it. And Dan Lin, the head of film there, like he gave like that beautiful speech at the beginning where he was like, my whole goal here when I started was just to like make every movie that I made like somebody's favorite movie, and with this movie I know it's going to be somebody's like so many people's favorite movie. And, it was so sweet. I mean, we just have been so lucky to have that kind of support. Like things like this don't happen. It's so hard to get a movie made, even like a bad movie. Yeah. So for a movie to get made that's a good movie, that I think
great movie.
A great movie. Thank you.
I walked out of there and I was like, we need to make more rom-coms.
We were pleased.
Like I feel like deprived of it. Yeah. Like a quality where you can tell there's love.
Yeah. And like, conviction. I think that's something that I've realized too. I don't know like what your experience has been with this, but I feel like as a viewer, sometimes I watch like rom-coms, like the newer, some, not always, and I don't want to like yuck anyone's yum by any means, but sometimes I do feel like they were made by people who don't love the genre, or maybe they were probably originally written and directed by people who love the genre, but the powers that be or whatever, there's so many voices
like the soul from it.
And like I have this writer friend who we joke that it's like they're sort of like, there, I bet you like that, piggy, and they're like slopping
it down.
And you're like, could you ask someone like why we love this genre and what it means to us and why it matters, and could you take it seriously and by extension take us seriously for a minute? And I think that this movie, it's they really did it. Like everybody believed that this was like a piece of art. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be like the most serious piece of art or like the most life-changing piece of art, but I think that they saw like this is something that has emotional value and like profundity to it. Like Alex and Poppy's story, I think is so relatable that like I feel like I'm constantly in that push and pull of, am I too much? Am I not enough? Like that's just such a real human fear that can get in the way of our intimacy. And I just feel like I want to see, there's so many great romance novels out there, and I want to see so many more rom-com films that like give the stories at their heart the like care and love that they deserve.
Yeah, absolutely. And because this was so well done, like I was like, okay, give me more.
Yeah. And Netflix wants to. I know that. And I hope that the other studios now will also be like, oh,
got it.
Yeah, people like
things
this.
That women like are important.
And also like, I'm not going to guess what it is they like about this. I'm going to go ask them.
The professional.
Like go ask someone why this story matters. Because it's like, I think there's also this idea that it's all just sheer escapism. Because like, the world is the worst. Yeah. The world is not good right now. And I think there's this idea that it's just sheer escapism and it's just fantasy. And I really adamantly do not feel that way. I think that the reason that romance is hitting us all so hard, like the readers who love it right now, is because it's about hope and about the idea of like, even though things can be very dark and scary and bad and tumultuous, like there are these little kernels of light, and like the best things in life are just like things that it's like just loving people. Like the best thing that you can possibly have in your life is just loving someone and being loved romantically and otherwise. And like, I don't know, seeing a story that values that puts that at the center and is kind of like, this is the point. Yeah. Like, this is the point of being, this is like what we can do is like love each other. I don't know.
And it's free.
It's free. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think what's beautiful about your characters too, is we talk about this, is that when we read a book and we're like, yeah, that was good, but I'm almost like left feeling, because that man was so clearly written by a woman. Yeah. He could never exist. Like,
I get that so hard.
Right? Whereas like your characters feel real. And like I often say when I would talk about like, oh, I just read this Emily Henry and I loved it. Like I felt like I was being courted. I was in the romance with them. I was flirting through, because it's Julia in my ear.
Yeah. Well, she's the best.
The baddest
she's
at it.
So
right?
good.
And so and your characters feel real, that I leave the book feeling actually satisfied instead of like this hollow, like, God, he was too good. Like they're human. I think
totally.
Is so
and when people when people are like, oh, she set the like lovingly, when people are like, oh, you set the bar too high, I'm like, no, I didn't. If this is too high, then I'm really, really concerned. And I know it is rough out there. I have single friends. I know it's not easy, but I'm like this, like Alex Nilsson is like afraid of feet, kind of. Right. And he's very neurotic and he doesn't know how to express his emotions. And like, there's like, he's got a lot to work through, and he's also wonderful and lovely and like a character that I adore. But like, I don't know. I also, as a reader, I think I feel so much more drawn to that when there is a little bit of mess, because it feels like someone you could actually fall in love with. It doesn't feel like just an outline of someone that you're like, oh, that would be cool if that existed. It's like, yeah, this guy, he's out there.
He's out there.
What was something that Emily or Tom brought to the characters that dazzled you?
I mean, I'm like, I don't even know how to talk about them still. I've been asked this question so many times, and I'm like, I don't know how, like, dazzle is the right word.
Yeah.
I mean, I already knew that Tom was incredible. I wasn't as familiar with Emily. And there are no words for how she makes me feel. Like, every time I watch that movie, she breaks my heart. She makes me cry. Like, Tom also, there's a couple of scenes where Tom breaks my heart and makes me cry. I couldn't quantify what this is, but with Emily, the thing that I love is that she plays Poppy in this way that's really warm and charming. And like, even when she's being like a little bit of a dick, it's like, you still love her and root for her, you know? And I think that she could so easily be really annoying, that character.
Yes.
I think, like, I mean, not everyone loves her.
Sorry, I don't mean annoying, but she was something, I think, a character that somebody could have easily made a caricature of.
Or made her like a manic pixie dream girl, which was like my fear too. Like, throughout the whole process, I was like, we have to keep her grounded. We have to keep her rooted. Reading all the drafts, being like, she isn't just like, you know, it's not as simple as like, she just doesn't want to be tied down. She's afraid. Like, she's afraid. Her fear of commitment is an actual fear. And I want, you know, we should understand what she thinks is going to happen. Yeah. Like, why is she afraid of this? It's not like just, you know. But yeah, Emily, she just brings so much like pathos to it. And Tom is really funny and charming in real life. He is not Alex like at all. He's like outgoing and like
just his energy at the premiere. He was
like swaggy. Yeah, I know. You see him walk in and you're like, he's wearing a bunch of rings and you're like, this is not Alex.
Coolest haircut ever.
I know.
The hell?
Yeah, you're like, wait. But then you can put him in khakis and like kind of brush his bangs down. Yeah. And you're like, okay, I guess he's a nerd.
Method actor.
Yeah, method actor. I wonder how long he was brushing, if he was doing that, you know, on his off days. I'll have to find out. But yeah, they're phenomenal. I think like their dynamic together is really what made them perfect. It's like the fact that neither of them seems like they could both, like, he could be a wet blanket and she could just be really annoying. And instead you can really sense that they are delighted by each other. Yeah. Everything that happens between them, it's like when he does finally make a joke, I don't know if you remember the diner scene where he finally makes a joke, he does it so deadpan and like this laugh leaps out of her. And I remember that moment from their chemistry read. Really? Yeah, which was just over Zoom. And I'm like getting chills.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you are.
I'm getting chills.
Zooming on the legs.
Yeah, get it on the legs. Not the feet.
Not the feet.
Blur the feet. But seeing that moment in the chemistry read, which was slightly different, like the scene as they did it. But that was when I was like, oh, they're perfect, because it was the first joke that his character got to make. And she just like has this Julia Roberts hand in the jewelry box, Pretty Woman laugh jump out of her. And then you can tell he's like delighted by it too. So they're performing for each other a little bit. And it's just so cute and charming and I love them.
And it's real. Yeah. And she was just, I thought I was going to lose her. I thought she was going to pass out from giggles during the camping scene.
Oh my gosh, wasn't that so funny and cute?
Brilliant.
I also want you to know Tom specially, like he told Brett that he thought it was important that we saw Alex's bum.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad he said that.
Doing God's work.
Yeah. He was like, it's showing that he's loosening it. Like he had like a reason behind it. It wasn't just like for like
he just
fan
wanted
service.
To show his butt.
He was like, I think you should see my butt for story reasons. So I love that he was game for that. Also, those waves that night were psychotically large.
He looked a little dangerous.
It was freezing cold. They had like the poor stand-ins were like in wetsuits and they'd get into the water and like with the light, so they were setting up the lighting and everything and then get out and the actors were very brave. Very brave.
Where was that filmed?
That was in Costa Brava, which is outside of Barcelona.
Okay. Barcelona.
I can say that because I've been there now. I can say Barcelona. I still can't say Ibiza the right way because I haven't been there yet.
Okay.
So,
don't do that. No. Damn. I guess my only note is, as I said, it should have been way longer.
Yeah.
I wanted to spend all the time on every scene because when they were like teeing it up to be like where they were going, I was like, I want to be here all day. I was like, but from a visual format, the changes that were made to me as somebody who read the book too made so much sense.
Yeah.
Like, and it came out so great in the end. And like,
And I feel like I want to like shout out a little thing that like, I don't know who came up with this, if it started with Brett or the producers or with Yulene or Amos or Nunzio, the other writers. But there's a change for Sarah's storyline. Like they made a change that like felt kind of lateral to me, where she has a different job. Like in the book, she's also a teacher. And so they had a different plan for her. And I was like, that's fine. I don't care. I don't really understand the logic. I'm sure they had it. But so that's different. But then where she ends up in the movie is different from like where the book leaves her. And I love where the movie leaves her so much. And I now fully buy into the fact that like eventually maybe she would end up in that situation. And I thought Sarah Catherine Hook was like, I mean, she's incredible. And there's so much footage, obviously, that doesn't get used for the movie. But like, she did such a good job too, making her, like, she could so easily just be like the yin to Poppy's yang, where it's like, look how different they are. And instead it's like, she's a little bit more complicated than that.
Yeah.
And that was one of my favorite changes, was like the story, like arc that they gave her.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
What do you picture for Poppy and Alex 5 years down the line?
Well, you know what? I'm like, I would have thought that they would maybe just be New York lifers. And maybe it's just because I'm getting older, but I'm like, maybe they do end up somewhere a little bit chiller. Like, still not Linfield. Yeah. She's not going back there.
She's not going to Linfield.
She's not going
and I hear it.
Let it go, Linfield.
Let it,
yeah.
Stop trying to make Linfield happen.
Yeah, it is not happening. But maybe like a chiller city. I don't know what that would be. I don't know. I think they're on vacation. Yeah.
Vancouver, Alex.
They're shooting Vancouver for New York, so they're in Vancouver. No, I don't know. I mean, I definitely think they're still taking their trips once a year, but I definitely think they're a little bit more rooted than they are where we leave them, and they're still in a city, but maybe not as, big of a city. I don't know.
I love
that. And then they have their dog.
And they got the dog.
Maybe, honestly, maybe one or two more.
I love it.
Because that's the thing in the book where Poppy doesn't want to get a dog, because she's like, I think if I got one, I would have, she's gone all the time. And she's like, and if I did, I would have 12.
Right.
So maybe land on 3.
Yeah. Or you know what? I bet they get a cat. Alex wants a cat. I bet they get a cat that can get along with their dog. He's a cat man.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Well, we are going to transition us over into our book nook really quick, because we don't have much more time with you. We are really big readers in this family, obviously. What are you currently reading?
Okay, I'm on this kick where I'm rereading all of this historical romance that I love.
Tell us.
Yeah, I have like 1,000 books I should be reading where I'm like, these are new releases and like authors I'm excited about and all of that. Okay, so the first author, every year I pretty much reread all of Sherry Thomas's historical romance novels. They're so good. If you haven't read them, start with The Luckiest Lady in London.
Okay.
Yeah, she's incredible. Like, and you'll read them in 2 hours. You'll be like, okay, now I need more. And then you won't be able to tell people about them because you will have read them back to back to back. And you're like, I don't know what happened. I know I had a great time.
I had a good time.
Yeah, I had a great time. So reread all of those. And then I reread some Lisa Kleypas books. I'm reread some Julie Ann Long books. That has kind of been the space that I've been living in.
Okay.
I have been shouting out, there's a bit of time until this comes out, but a book that I think you guys will all love, that will come out next year, called Bad Words by Rioghnach Robinson. Okay. It is written by a longtime friend of mine. We've been publishing like together for years. But this is her first book for adults, and it is amazing. And I'm gonna pitch it to you guys right now.
Please do.
It is a true enemies to lovers in the way that like very few things actually are.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So I'm getting chills again. It's so good. Okay. So this book, the premise is there is this fancy debut novelist, and he sells his book for like $1 million, and he's getting all this press, whatever. Right before the book comes out, this like very infamous, harsh critic gets assigned his book to review it. She bashes it. The book comes out and tanks, and then he's a joke. So this is before the book. So then for like a couple of years, he's like, I need to get back to writing, but like, how am I ever going to write again? Whatever.
How do you show your face?
Yeah, like, yes. So he, at the start of the book, he has just, his second book is finally about to come out. And like the book basically starts with him like getting home. I mean, I don't know if the final version will start this, but it basically starts around the time where he basically gets home and his roommate is like, don't look at your phone. And it turns out she has been assigned his second book and reviewed it again and absolutely bashed it again. And so that night he goes to this this publishing party with some friends. He's like, obviously doesn't want to be there, isn't in a good mood. He sees her there. He's like, oh, this is horrible. He goes to leave later in the night, and he walks past this room, and she's alone in this room, and he's like, something comes over him. He's like the nicest nice boy in the world. Something comes over him, and he goes in, and he basically lays into her and is like, you think that you could write a book, like whatever. Like they just are like, they have this incredible argument. And then meanwhile, someone sees it happening, and this is at a publishing party where everybody's like drinking and like they love gossip and whatever. So somebody starts filming it and posts it. So he goes viral. So it's like a little bit about the internet and like the waves of backlash. Because at first everyone's like, yeah, get her. Selena Chan is the meanest critic, whatever. And then it's like, wait, actually, you shouldn't accost a critic. And so it's like all of this is going on. And then meanwhile, these two people are going to fall in love.
Yeah.
No, I'm worried.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't
like,
know how.
I don't know if you should. I don't know if you should
That's
fall in
a
love
serious
with her.
enemy right there.
I know. It is so good. I like, seriously,
That's like-
my leg hair is 1 inch long. Now it is 1
I
inch
shaved
long.
my leg coming here, I swear.
Yeah, I really
That's
did.
awesome.
No,
Can
it is.
she sauce us some early ones? I'm trying to read
I'm
that.
I'm sure she would. I think that the advanced copies, it doesn't have a cover yet, but I think that the advanced copies
advanced.
are, yeah.
It's
no,
advanced.
but they're, the advanced copies exist, and I think you would love it. It's really romantic. It's really sexy. And yeah, it's like to take someone from a true place of actual enemies, like who have like wronged each other in different ways, and then make you fully buy into this love story. It's like my blurb on the cover is how I genuinely feel is it's a once in a lifetime book. Like I will be like, I'm never going to read another book like that.
We're in.
It's so good.
All right,
I'll blurb.
Yeah.
She'll blurb it.
We'll get it to you. You're gonna love
blurb.
it. You're gonna love it.
We're going to get blurbed.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. We're going to keep our eye out for that then. What the heck? That was a perfect end to the book nook.
Yeah.
I love it.
We did it.
Emily, you are part of the family now, so you have to help us out with a little bit of chores. You can either do the laundry, dishes, or vacuuming.
Vacuuming.
Oh, okay.
Wait. Wow.
No, you're really clear on that. I love
great.
that.
I'm
Do you
clear
have a
on
good
that.
one? You have a good vacuum? Is
yeah.
it satisfying?
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Makes sense.
Vacuuming is the only satisfying chore.
I agree.
Because you see it like in real time, and like dusting is hard because you have to move stuff.
Right.
You are going to read the last note in your notes app.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. What if it's like password to bank?
Yeah, right.
Social security number.
My people I hate the most. Uh-oh.
Wait, you guys, I can't read this one because it's the premise for my next book. No! I literally can't read it.
That'd be so
Can you
exciting.
pass the
too.
phone around?
Yeah, no, okay, hold on. Oh my
Do you
gosh.
just have ideas and you just write them down?
Yeah, that's how I like until I start writing the book, I'll only just jot little things down in my phone. There's like this weird superstition. And so once I'm like have a couple of scenes in my head and like I've written down a couple of jokes, then I go. I have the premise for this, but
Just
I
tell
don't
us,
have
did
the
they
scenes
fall in love?
I think they might fall. Well, yeah, that's you know what that they're gonna fall in love, but you might not know who's gonna fall in love
Or why.
I'll say that.
There you go.
Yeah.
What if I was like, Caesar?
Yes, somebody just tackles me.
That's
Let me see
awesome.
what I've got. Wait, let me see if there's another. And then the next one is like a bunch of titles. Wait, hold on.
That's some good stuff in the phone.
Yeah.
Good stuff in that notes.
Very valuable.
You're really
I'm
good
very-
at vacuuming, yeah.
You've got to work on how you pronounce vacuuming, by the way.
How do you say it?
Vap.
says
Vacuuming.
vap.
I say vacuuming, and I have
Vacuuming?
vacuuming. My whole life I've said it, and these two only recently caught me, and she catches me all the time. Now.
Vacuuming.
Vacuuming. I don't know. I throw peas in there.
Okay, I have a friend who says voluptuous.
Voluptuous.
Like an
That
M.
sounds right to me.
Voluptuous.
Voluptuous.
Is it not voluptuous?
It's voluptuous.
Voluptuous.
But it doesn't it? Okay, doesn't it? Okay, so
Volump sounds
it sounds
right.
right because that's what we're
Volump.
talking about. Let's be real here.
Okay, laundry.
Okay.
Who
Oh my
was
gosh.
your high school crush? You don't got to
my
name
gosh.
names, but
Give us a vibe.
Okay. Oh,
Was it a jock? Was it a nerd?
Oh, no. A jock wouldn't have spoken to me.
Right.
So it would have been hard
Right.
to nurture that crush. I mean, so I had a lot of crushes. I was a woman of many crushes in high school. I will say one of my high school boyfriends had gingivitis, had active gingivitis. I'll say that. I won't say his name. Another
Right.
one. Another one. Oh, this will tell you a lot about my high school crush. He took me to his prom. We did not go to the same school. He took me to his prom. I didn't know anyone.
Okay.
And he brought glow sticks and he left me, just danced away with glow sticks into the crowd. And I was alone for, it was probably 5 minutes.
Not
but
your own school's
Not
prom.
at my own school. Didn't know anyone. Didn't know anyone
Perfect.
he went to school with. Yeah, they were all just like, like skateboarders and like musicians and like a little bit alt, a little bit punk boys.
Love it. He was a skater boy and all that.
He was a skater boy.
Right.
And he said, "See you later," boy, as he danced away with
the
his
glow sticks.
With his glow sticks. Actually, wait, hold on. This is real good. Are we on, what is it? Laundry? Dirty laundry?
This
Is
is,
it
you were doing laundry there?
Laundry,
Yeah, you were
yeah.
on laundry.
This is, I love this so much.
Hit
So
me
this, the guy who danced away for me with glow sticks. Yeah. When we were in high school, he went on a family trip with me over Thanksgiving weekend. Broke up with me in a hot tub.
On the trip?
2 days left.
On the trip?
2 days left. We got back together. I think he already had another girlfriend is what was going on. Like it was like I got sick right before the trip and he just kind of disappeared for a couple of days and I was like texting being like, "Are you still like coming on my family vacation?" And then he did and I was like, "Okay, good. I guess everything's fine and you don't have a new girlfriend." And I think he had another girlfriend.
He had another
Okay,
girlfriend.
Still went on the trip.
Yeah, he went on the trip, broke up with me, and then we got back together for 2 days. Damn. And that's one of my favorite dating stories. Obviously, it's incredible. Like I wouldn't change a thing.
No.
Obviously, that story's famous amongst my friends and family.
Right.
And my best friend lives in Chicago. And she has heard the story. We met in college. So she's heard this story forever because it was like the last boyfriend that I had before college. And she knew this guy's first and last name because I would tell her these stories and I always use first and last names except for right now. And, she'd been working in this restaurant for years. This was like 2 years ago, maybe now, whatever. She sees on her reservations the name of my high school ex-boyfriend. And she was like, this is so crazy. This is my best friend's like childhood boyfriend, basically, who broke up with her in a hot tub. And so she's like, that is so crazy. And she's talking to her coworkers and they're like, I'm going to change the name again. I'll say Bob. Bob, very popular name for our age demographic. Yeah. And they were like, that's Bob who works here. And she was like, what? And they were like, yeah, that's Bob who works in the kitchen. And she's like, Bob, is this Bob? And they were like, yeah. And so then she's like, I'm fast asleep. And she's texting me over and over again being like, what was like just wanting me to confirm Bob's last name. She's like, tell me. And then like I have all these group texts where she's texted my friends from my city and she's like, tell me. And then finally someone gets back to her and she's freaking out. And then it turns out she like went around to everyone in the restaurant and was like, oh my gosh, guess what? Bob is the one who broke up with Emily in a hot tub in high school. And they're like, we don't care really. And then ultimately what ended up happening, so then he came into work. The next time he came into work, she came up and she was like, it's so crazy. I didn't know that you were Emily's like ex-boyfriend. And he pretended for a while to not remember me, which I had seen him within the last 5 years. And he like said hi to me. Like we had run into each other.
You went on a family vacation.
Yeah, he remembered me. He was kind of like, Emily. And then my best friend, because she is I guess probably because she's an Aries, was like, she's like really famous. And he was like, what? And she was like, yeah, she's a really successful author. Isn't that cool? And he said, I don't know, no. And she said, no. And he was like, I don't know. And she said, you sound jealous. And he was like, I'm not jealous. And she's like, well, you sound jealous.
Yeah.
Then her manager pulls her aside days later and he's like, you have to stop. You're not allowed to talk to Bob. You're not allowed to talk to anyone about Bob. Bob and his girlfriend are coming in for dinner. You're not allowed to wait on Bob. So you have to move sections. And it became this whole incredible thing. And it was like, wow, like this is like a funny story to me. Like you're not a villain in my life. Like this is a funny thing that a teenage boy did.
Yeah, right.
And she's real for that.
Yeah, no, she's so...
That's a real friend.
I know.
Like she's ride or dying for
I know. She genuinely was like, got in trouble. She was like...
She's like, I'd do it again.
Yeah, she would not change
she's
a
like,
thing.
fuck Bob.
Yeah, fuck Bob. Yeah.
You're like, it's funny.
Yeah. No, I'm like, I don't have any ill will against Bob.
Yeah.
But she's like, you broke up with my best friend in a hot tub 400 years ago.
In a hot tub.
But honestly, I would do the same thing. That would be so exciting for that week of work for real.
Yeah, seriously. I know. I think she was buzzing. And like I said, like, Bob, if you're listening, if you're a House of Maher fan, thank you for yours. I have so few incredible dating stories, and that's one of
brilliant.
them. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
It's a strong one.
Yeah, we gotta let you go.
Yeah, I have to let
Sadly,
you go.
No,
you didn't know you were getting a gabber.
No,
you brought me on.
A true yappers, but that's
we
good.
love
We're all
a
yappers
yapper.
too.
Yeah.
We love it.
And I like listening, so that's great. Works out.
I am ready to really be a permanent fixture in the family.
No, it's
I
please do. You don't have any sisters, so here you go.
I don't have any sisters.
You're commanding that chair.
Yeah,
you really are.
You're sitting like me now.
Yeah.
I am mirroring.
Yeah.
What does that say about me? I am literally mirroring.
You're comfortable here, and you should never leave, and we can just keep talking.
That's what says.
Perfect.
Thank you so much for coming over to our house, Emily. It's been amazing to have you. We love you like a sister, but better. Lilas. You can find the movie People We Meet on Vacation on Netflix now, and you can find the book in stores. Duh. Follow Emily at Emily Hemley. Holy fuck, man.
Emily Heavily.
I can say it. Follow Emily at Emily Henry Writes. I'm gonna.
You got this.
Follow Emily at Emily Henry Writes on Instagram. That took me a lot to say. Don't cut out the other parts. Emily Henry Writes.
There you go. Thanks so much for coming over to the House of Maher, a Wave original.
Be sure to watch and subscribe on YouTube and listen wherever you get your podcast.
Plus, follow the show on social media at House of Maher for clips and behind-the-scenes content, you freaks. We'll see you next time. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. This was the best.